Trolluminati want to express something that a lot of people need to follow when it comes to this new age race war the leaders trying to establish to destroy black and white brotherhood and womanhood. We have the homosexual agenda raging well, New Age Babylon, which is the United States. We have a lot of Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter. We have the Oscars with Stacey Dash, Jada Pickett, Janet Hubbard, Whoopi Goldberg, Spike Lee, Chris Rock. They're asking him to boycott it. They're asking him to step down, what have you, when it comes to being the author and the presentator of the Oscar awards. They're asking him to boycott it also. My thing is this: when you see the pattern evolving in front of your eyes, your mindset should be on cue that they're trying to start something. We had a lot of black youth getting killed in the streets by police, dying. We have sisters getting killed. We have a mob of youngsters in different inner cities knocking people out. They call them the knockout gang. We have a lot of racist killings in LA far as Latino and black now, a lot of hate crimes that a lot of people are not talking about. It seems like they sweeping under, they sweeping it under the rug. It's just a whole thing of escalation that's going on. It's escalating, and I sit back and watch social media, and I watch various news outlets, and I read publications from the papers where I live at, and everything seems to be in alignment to a social implode, not an implode within the United States. It will implode with hatred and ideologies clashing that will bring a race war. Now, y'all probably say, I'm losing it. I need to, shut the F up. Nah, brothers. No, sisters. Look at it. The war, soldiers coming back with post-traumatic syndrome. They messed up. They can't cope with regular civilian life, so they blow their heads off. Or they suffer from all kinds of mental illness due to the carnage they have witnessed fighting the war and being patriots, for the United States and fight for our freedoms. But it's not appreciated. It's like the Vietnam vets came back with drug addiction, and that's what started the heroin and the acid, and all since the 60s and 70s and 80s, it never got no better. It's still a war on drugs. It never stopped. And the ones that gets the money and never get locked up or punished is the elites. But the bottom dwellers and the bottom feeders, the faithful ones that make it to a kingpin, it's short-lived. So it's all a cycle. It's all a thing to destroy mankind. This is why they're trying to escalate this race war, so they can depopulate the populations within different ethnic groups. See, in order to control the sheep, you must have mass extermination. We can't get to a certain number, because when a certain number of people start awakening out of their slumber, we can overthrow the elite, and they don't want that. They want to keep us Hollywood up. They want to keep us in this NFL. They want us this good old American way. They want to keep making these cars. They want to keep feeding us this porno, feeding us this fast food, feeding us this social media, feeding us this new technology. So they can keep us in the fog while they do their daily agenda, keeping us controlled by media, propaganda, gangster music, hoism, whoredom, and so forth and so on. This is your race war. Trolluminati. I know y'all see a lot of things on this channel. It's very crazy. I come from a different perspective. I have comedy, I have pranks, I have serious documentary. I have storytelling, sexual documentary, and I have political and conscious documentary or commentary or dialogue, what have you. And I like to come from different angles because I'm just a regular old Joe. I'm a regular guy to bring good stuff to the table. And I want people to hear it. The ones who view my my commentary. But this had to be addressed simply because I can see the pattern. I've been seeing the pattern for a long time. And you fooling yourself as the viewer of this. You fooling yourself if you don't think if you don't think that it's not going to be erasable. It is. People are getting tired. People want to go to work, make a 9 to 5. Some people do want to, live happy. Some people do want to take care of their loved ones without being in fear of getting killed or getting their car stolen. Or they got to worry about their children coming home because the other children are dysfunctional and want to embrace the savage way of life, carrying guns in school. Then you got bullies that bully the smart kids. Then one day they watch something get high on LSD and want to blast the whole school. See, now you got these people on the hill trying to enforce stiffer penalties with gun laws. It's all a scheme to destroy the religious institutions, destroy other people's ideologies, and have everybody in an uproar so it can be a race war. Y'all know this. And I could go on and on. It's not I might. And oh yeah, I want to make more installments to this. Oh yeah, Flint, Michigan, same thing. That's been going on. The governor, what is he doing? I mean, that thing been going on for years. It just didn't hit the media. It been going on. The elites knew this was going on. So why leak it now? Because it's all good timing. Because they wanted to leak it. They want to leak it because you got Black Lives Matter. You got the ongoing war in Chirac. You got all these people their sons and daughters got slain by the cops. You got this new thing that's going on in the Oscars. You got on and on and on and on. And it points to a race war. The guys up in Oregon, the good old boys up in the hills, the militias, them too. All this leads up to an explosion, an implosion within the United States Civil War. Look at it. I'm not for it. I'm not encouraging this. I'm not embracing this. I'm not happy. But it's prophecy, baby. It got the bridge, the pressure bust pipes. Eventually the pipes bust. And we living in that time now. Only thing I tell the individual and the viewer of my commentary is this. Keep your family protected. Keep prayed up. Keep fast and pray. Let God pray to God to show you a sign. And as a man, head of the household, and as a woman being the backbone to the man, that's what we need to get back to too. Everything they trying to destroy masculinity, and he's trying to destroy feminineness with the women. And they trying to make women men and make men women. That's why it's demasculation and defeminizing the two genders. So it can exterminate and eradicate babies coming in this world. Abortion clinics, drug crimes, domestic disputes, drugs, homicides, suicides, and the beat goes on. And the elites tricking the sheep and feeding you propaganda every day that is frying your brain to no end. They're trying to get us exterminated, man, to a certain number so they can control the flock. Why would someone build at the highest point in the landmass of Georgia? Why would a man come from nowhere and form the Georgia Guidestones? All these things are for a reason. Mount Vernon. All these things are for, in Virginia, you can see the Mason sign. That's one of the tallest buildings. You can see that from D.C. in Mount Vernon, that big building. All Masonic. They know the layout. All these things are done for a reason, folks. Not for a season. And when they feel as though it's a merge and something, they try to get something capitalized, unfortunately, people got to die.